What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and this one should make the interior for your Refresh series police station. Here it is in all of its police stationiness. Here's the lobby, at least. I guess this isn't the whole thing. Here's a door. I know, crazy. I wouldn't believe that there's a door in here. Oh yeah, interrogation room. This isn't too big of an interior. I mean, it's a decent size, and there are a lot of different rooms going on, and a lot of hallways, which I can't go over here. I'll show you the bathroom, whatever. But, yeah, there is still more. I swear, there's a, like, jail cell and stuff back here. Got another bathroom. Crazy. But, yeah, with that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Alrighty, so the space you need for this is, well, I don't need any space. All I need is your police station from whenever the frick you made it, I don't know. Now we're going to start with this one a little bit differently. You should already have a polished andesite floor inside, just to reiterate from last, I guess the exterior where we filled that in, but you want to start by getting out for the inside. Gray concrete, smooth quartz blocks, blue concrete, stripped oak, I guess logs. You could use wood in theory, but it doesn't really matter. Oak slabs, glass panes. We'll go polished diorite, sea lanterns, and end rods. We'll go with that, sure. So we're going to kind of essentially go room by room and just get everything laid out. We're not going to fill them in as so, but we're just going to kind of start to get, you know, all of the walls and stuff in place. So starting with the front room, you can head to, I believe, either the left or the right. The kind of first beginning here is symmetrical, and you want to head to the window on the side and count to the gray concrete behind it by just a block. It'll be this one right here. Going across, you'll place a gray concrete, leave a gap of 2, 7 gray concrete, gap of 1, 2 smooth quartz blocks, 8 sideways stripped oak logs facing left to right, 2 smooth quartz blocks, gap of 1, 7 gray concrete, gap of 2, and then you'll end with 1 gray concrete. You can start by extending the gray concretes each up by 6, which should also put them at the same height as the windows on these sides. I wouldn't quite bring them across the doorways unless you can kind of presume what they do. That is fine, but I'm gonna wait and explain it as the next step. But they aren't all 2 blocks tall. I guess if you paid attention to the beginning, you might be able to tell, but you know, that's besides the point. You should have this. You will, on the outside where you have the 2 block gap, you'll leave the bottom 3 rows of gray concrete open, and the top 4 should connect. On the little inner ones here, where it's next to the smooth quartz, you'll just connect the top. I guess it's 5 gray concrete together. Or I guess not together, but just bring them over by a singular block to give you this. You don't want to connect them through the middle because we have a little counter here, which will be built up in a second. Speaking of that counter, you can start by bringing the smooth quartz up by 7 this time. And I think it'll be 1 short of the white wool roof once you do that. It'll be 1 taller than the gray concrete. The top 2 rows of smooth quartz, well, actually, first, I would take all the smooth quartz and extend it forward a row. I just lagged again. That's so cool. Like, in real life, I lagged. You'll take the top 2 rows of smooth quartz then, and you can connect them forward into the pillars at the front. It should be, well, I guess it'll just, like, yeah, it'll be 1 off the top still, but it'll be, the top row will be in line with the top of those windows in the front and middle. You should have these kind of, I don't know, armbands or something. We'll go with that. You can also connect the top 2 rows of smooth quartz together here along the back side. And I'm just going to make the whole 2x2 beam like so to give you this. Wow, that is thick. Now, at the front, you should bring these smooth quartz, only these 2 rows, just back a row as well, so they're a little bit further back from the door here. Just like so. I would also bring both rows of gray concrete from the bottom here, I guess the ones that are above the door, just back until they're at the same length of the smooth quartz, which would be the top row 2 rows back, and the bottom just 1. We can start filling in the ceiling a little bit. Yeah, we'll do it first since I said it. You want to take these smooth quartz kind of middle here, and just, well, in the very middle along the top against the white wool, you'll just fill this in with polished iron. Get the frick out of my way, you stupid gray concrete. No one likes you. Did I say the thing yet? I don't know if I said the thing yet. I'm not paying attention. I'm just kind of here. You're saying words, and that's about it. So yeah, you should have this. On the left and right side, it should be the top row of smooth quartz. You will just bring it out with polished diorite until it runs into the gray concrete sidewalls. On the back, it will be 1 row above the gray concrete, which we have, which is just correct. But it's off the top row at smooth quartz from the middle, if that is important. The lights on this particular area are actually built in, or built, I guess they're not built into the ceiling. They are hanging down, like, sometimes you'll see me do, I guess. But these ones are a little bit different. They're kind of upset on mustache shaped. I only mention that because, I don't know, police station or something like that. So you should have this now. Let's focus on the center here and kind of get this area done. So from the back row of smooth quartz out of these 2 rows, you want to go down and place 3 rows of blue concrete from this back row. Below that, you'll place a row of glass panes. And then going left to right or right to left of the bottom row, you'll place 2 pins, gap of 1, 2 pins, gap of 1, 2 pins. The bottom row of blue concrete will have a row of oak slabs, both in front of it and also behind it. I'm just going to crawl through the window here, but you can just go through the doorway on the side like a normal person. Just like so. For the lighting in this room, it's fairly simple. We'll start with what we're looking at right now. In front of the top row of blue concrete, you'll just place going left to right on these smooth quartz, a couple of rows of end rods. Or a singular row of end rods, I should say. Like so. I'm slowly using end rods more and more for lighting because I think they're cool. From both the left and the right, you want to do the same thing. If you are on the furthest out polished diorite in line with the middle quartz pillar, you will count forward by 1. From this one, you will then count in by 3 and place it going down from here. I believe 2 end rods. Yes, 2 end rods. So I'm going to just, trace this one across, and once I'm 3 away, I'll place it here. From that point, you'll place an upset on oak slab below it on either side. And then kind of in line with this, you'll do a zigzag going in by 4. So right of that, I guess from the left side, will be right of that with an oak slab, then an upset on oak slab, then a normal oak slab, and then an upset on oak slab to finish. It'll give you this, essentially. I guess alternatively, I don't know, it just sucks to place, like, I'll just place all 5, and then I'll turn these into planks, place slabs in front, remove the planks, and replace them with slabs, and remove these front slabs as which were placeholders. And then the furthest inward one you can also connect to the ceiling with end rods. These are why I like end rods, because you can use whatever block you want for a light block, just the end rods will be what makes the light, which really isn't that noticeable. In the front and center, you want to do a similar thing. You should, in theory, well, you're not actually in the same line. You're a block forward, but you want to be 2 diorite off either side. You'll place an end rod. It should be in line with the quartz pillar at the front, and also, again, just 3 blocks away from it. Bring those end rods, this time down by 2 with end rods, and then down with an upside down oak slab. In the middle of them, you'll just place 2 oak slabs, which will be kind of down diagonally a row, but they will be in line on the, whatever that axis is, the Y. back a block from this on these sides where the smooth quartz is. You should be in line with the lighting on the side here, where you'll just place a singular end rod going down from each of the 2 smooth quartz blocks in that line with an ups and an oak slab beneath each of those. I can't say words anymore. You should have this regardless, and that should in theory brighten your place fairly well. I don't have night, or I do have night vision on rather, so you can't really tell, but yeah, you're just gonna have to take my advice or word there. Unless you don't have night vision, then I guess you can just figure it out. Anyway, we're gonna do the left hallway first, I decided. So you want to, if you just head through the doorway, you look to the right, and you want to be on the second gray concrete over, which is this one. I'm actually on the polished andesite, but it doesn't really matter. You'll place a gray concrete, leave a gap of 1, place 7 gray concrete, gap of 1, 9 gray concrete, and then you'll just connect left with 4. You should connect to the second gray concrete in front of the spruce doors here, on the left wall. For the right side hallway, it's a little bit different. If you do the same thing where you walk to the doorway, but this time you're going to look left and count to the second gray concrete over, which is this one. Behind it, you will place a gray concrete, leave a gap of 1, and then place 17 gray concrete. And then from this one, you want to do 2 things. You want to go right by 1, leave a gap of 2, and then go right by 2. I guess before we go left of that, we should probably bring this one forward. And you want to bring it forward by a nice even 12 gray concrete. You'll then leave a gap of 1 and place 3 gray concrete, which will end up leaving you with a row of 5 at the front here, including the 2 that we would already have from the exterior walls. And that is all good and dandy. The other thing you will want to do here is taking this back left-hand corner, or the gray concrete that we ended up saying, where I said the thing where you want to do 2 things with it. You want to also bring it over or to the left with 11 gray concrete. Then leave a gap of 2, and then you should just connect it all the way to the left from there. The way you will know everything is lined up is if you take these middle 2, this like gap here, and trace it forward, you'll be in line with the center of the front here, which would also coincidentally be these 2 glass panes, or I guess not coincidentally, I did do that on purpose. So yeah, you should have this. We might as well add the divider walls in the little jail cells. So if you look at the back of the build, you want to head to the back left-hand corner, and you want to count, or you want to essentially count to the 7th polished andesite over. So we were on the first already, so this will be the second, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. And you will just extend it forward with 8 gray concrete. There you go. And so each jail cell will be the same size. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So essentially you'll just be leaving gaps of 6 and making these lines over and over again. And you should, in theory, line up with the other side. 4, 5, 6. Again, the way you can tell is, I think the 3rd one? Yeah, it is the 3rd one. You'll end up having the middle 2 blocks of it line up with that little gap in the hallway from before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Line here, and I'll end with 6 here on the right, which is correct. We can, I guess, build up the walls there first, and we'll just kind of work our way forward, because I want to do these separately because they're a little bit weird. So you want to start by bringing each of these, I guess, divider walls up with 3 rows of gray concrete. That's fairly simple. It just does get a little bit weirder, trust me. This is only the beginning. I find it funny that in these interiors, literally more than half the battle is just getting the freaking layout done, because oh my god, the layout sucks. So you should have this. You will take the top row of each of those gray concretes and extend them forward by 1. So you have this. You'll then extend these gray concretes each up by 1, specifically the front ones, and then connect them all right and left to kind of create these really weird arches. They'll make more sense later once we get the doorways and stuff in. That just kind of is how it ended up working with the gray concrete. But yeah. kind of ignore that for now because it doesn't make that much sense, but it'll be more important later. The other thing you can do is extend each gray concrete wall from here just up by 3 rows. We have a couple things we will have to worry about, but that's really all for now. I guess for the same thing as before, the 2 block doorways are 2 by 3s, and the 1 block doorways are 1 by 2s. Everything other than that is kind of just what you are, I guess, expecting. Just gray concrete on gray concrete. And we do have a couple more walls to add before we can consider the layout done, along with fixing up a couple things. Including the room to my right needs to be fixed. But yeah, this whole middle area is kind of split up. But we also don't have the tinted glass for that. So I don't know how I'm going to go about doing that. Because we need the tinted glass to be in the walls. You should have this. Let's focus on that room on the right side, shall we? The right side, yes. So if you head into it, you should be able to just kind of fly in here casually. I would start by bringing the gray concrete here on this wall up by just an additional 2 rows to kind of close off this room entirely. Now, where each of the blue concrete, I guess, dividers are, you will place blue concrete going essentially across the room from this row of blue concrete on the side of the building. And you'll just have 2 full rows on each of them. Some of them you will already have some blocks placed, just kind of ignore them and work around them. Although you will want them there, obviously, because they are part of the row. But yeah. You want something that looks like this. While we're in here, I feel like it's probably smart to do the lighting. You want to get rid of your glass panes, oak slabs, and stripped oak logs, and get out oak trap doors, tinted glass, because we might as well eventually, and I'll go spruce doors. So on each of these pillars, you will leave 2 blocks open on the left and the right and place an end rod on the 3rd one in. It will also leave 2 blocks between the 2 middle, or the only 2 end rods, I guess. You'll then place oak trap doors up against the underside of those end rods, and it'll give you this. That's your light. I use oak trap doors here rather than oak slabs because I just wanted with how low these kind of beams hang, I wanted it to be a little bit more spacious rather than having 2.5 blocks. Just 3 is a little bit better, because if you jump, then you will probably still hit your head, just not as aggressively. Less, well, still lawsuit, definitely, but I guess just don't jump when there's lights. I don't know. That's all we'll do for this room for now. You can't place a spruce door on it as you leave, though. Now, I feel like we might want to just get all of the hallways lights done, because they're going to be fairly easy. So, they both work the same, the left and the right hallway. It'll be... The ceilings are 4 blocks tall, so you'll just take above the, I guess, inner wall and back wall of gray concrete, and it'll be like the 3rd row down in the front wall. And you can just place a kind of rectangle of polished diorite filling in the outer edges. And again, you want to do the same on both sides. You don't have the middle hallway yet, so just ignore that for now, because I believe that one's a different length, if I'm correct. Should have this. They will be the same length, so keep that in mind. You want to, in each row from there going front to back, this should be familiar if you've made some of the other refresh, aka hospital. You want to place a row of sea lanterns, 2 rows of polished diorite, sea lantern row, 2 polished diorite rows, sea lantern, 2 polished diorite, sea lantern, etc., etc. And you want to keep doing this until you fill in the entire hallway. I'm going to just add these sea lanterns first and then go back with the polished diorite. I think that makes enough sense. Nice. Kind of like doing this a little bit more segmented rather than just doing all of it at once. The back works pretty similarly, because essentially with this row of gray concrete you have here, you have 4 rows of polished diorite, or 4 rows of andesite on the floor in front of it. This time you're placing a row of polished diorite up against that row of gray concrete and then one at the front. Don't place one along the left and the right just yet, because then you want to place your sea lanterns on the left and right, and then it'll just be the same pattern of 2 diorite, sea lanterns, 2 diorite, sea lanterns, etc. Alternatively, if you're figuring out a pattern like this, you can use the middle, where again, you know this is the middle, so this will always be a 2 pattern. So it'll just be the 2 polished diorite in the middle. That's why this pattern works, because it always has a center. It will, every single time, if you have a rectangular room, it will work. The two blocks between each light. there is. I don't think there's a single combination where it would not line up, which is nice, because you have the 1-block center or the 2-block center. Perfect. It's not really the reason I ended up going with this pattern. Actually, it might have been. I don't know. Each jail cell is fairly easy. Inside, again, you want to take this top row of gray concrete and just place 2 rows of polished diorite behind it. I'm going to do one at a time, but I'll only explain it once because it's fairly simple. You'll then place a row of polished diorite at the left and right at the same line, and then you'll place 2 at the back. From this point, you should end up with a 4x4 square, and you'll place a sea lantern in each corner, and then just fill in the remainder with polished diorite. This pattern always sucks to kind of figure out, though. Like, not really for a room like this, but, and again, you want to do this in all the little cells that we don't actually have celled off yet. But it's generally fine if you have if you know where the center is, but on certain buildings where you don't know the center, you just have to guess and hope you're right. I have learned to not care as much necessarily about it being symmetrical, because a lot of my, like, restaurant shapes are just really odd, so I can't really rely on it working perfectly, so I'll end up just kind of picking one off a wall and going with it. But it is nice when it lines up at least one way if you have a flat area where it would. That is the only thing. It sometimes obviously won't. That's why I said rectangular or square, I guess, specifically. Because, you know, it won't be. It'll be weird with jagged edges. I guess circles would work as well. Anyway, from above, you should have this. Let's do this giant middle rectangle that I've been kind of putting off, but not really intentionally. It's just kind of been happening. So, if you head into this from... If you head to the, I guess, back middle hallway door, we want to start with the left side. And we're going to do this kind of wall at a time because of the way this works. But moving forward, you will place 2 gray concrete, a spruce door, and then 9 gray concrete. And then you'll extend this both right by 1 and left by 5. From this point, you can connect this gray concrete both forward and left. And this will give you a bathroom. These are slightly larger than normal, but they'd still do the thing they're supposed to do. Which is, I don't know, be a bathroom or something. You can just fill up all of your gray concrete walls, the 3 rows that we've been doing. I don't think the front is any taller, but I will confirm. No, it's not. It's the same height as everything else has been. Which is nice, I suppose. Just like this. From the other side of this door at the back, you'll count to the 2nd gray concrete to the right and extend it forward by 8. Then place a spruce door, and then 3 gray concrete. You want to do the same thing on this side where you extend it left by 1 and right by, was it 5? Yes, 5. And then again, this end one will be brought forward and also to the right. When you extend these up, you want to only extend up the kind of front T-shape. You want to leave that back kind of right wall open on the one side of the hallway. And I would also actually fill above the doorway here at the front with a row of gray concrete. So you have this so far. With this wall that I left so open, you want to bring the ends of gray concrete up by 4. Connect them together at the top row, and then in the remaining space, you'll just place tinted glass. This little interrogation room and the tinted glass would serve as one-way glass, but I don't know if it particularly works very well. Spoiler alert, it literally doesn't work at all. But pretend like it does, because there's really not one-way glass in Minecraft. That would be cool if there was. Tinted glass, I guess, could be if one room is darker than the other, but... yeah, it doesn't really work very well, and this is definitely not an area where one room is darker than another. So, this hallway is the same pretty much as the other 2 with the ceiling. Again, it's just like this 4th block up. You'll surround these sides in polished diorite. But this time you'll add an extra row at the front and back, and then you'll have a row of sea lanterns, 2 diorite, sea lanterns, 2 diorite, sea lanterns. We'll actually start with the interrogation room, which is the one with the tinted glass, because the ceiling's easier. It's just in line with this top row of gray concrete on the tinted glass wall. You'll just fill this in with entirely polished diorite. This is another one where the light sticks down a block. Oh, we need oak slabs for it. That's fine. We can get rid of the trapdoors. I don't necessarily remember all of the room's designs, so sometimes there's a room like this where I just completely forget what happened or what I'm supposed to be doing. Just like this. You want to find the, I believe it's the center. Yeah, it is the center. It's 4 off the left and the right, which the left will be the interior, or the, I guess we'll call it the tinted glass the front, so it'll be 4 off the front and back and 5 off the left and right. It's right there, and you'll place an end rod. Below that, you want an oak slab, which you can get rid of the oak trapdoors for, as I mentioned. Now, do we want to, I almost want to just, like, do the interior for this room right now. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Get rid of the blue concrete and smooth quartz blocks and get out spruce planks and nether brick stairs. On the floor underneath this upside down oak slab, you'll place spruce plank. From that, you will extend it left and right by 2, which would be towards the tinted glass and away from it, like so. And then extend it towards you and away from you a row as well, which this is from the front of the build still. I'm using this side as the front because, I don't know, I just feel like it. The actual front. From the back center spruce plank, you'll place a red nether brick stair behind it. From the front middle spruce plank, you'll count left and right by 1 and place nether brick stairs on either block facing backwards. This would be like 1 crime dude and then 2 not crime people, aka police officers, crime fighters, if you will. And yeah. Leave this room and head to the other door in this hallway, which is the one on the left. That looks weird with that being empty. This ceiling is fairly easy. You'll start with, like, up diagonally a row, just a row of polished diorite going around the edges. It is a pattern, in case that wasn't clear. Again, make sure you know where the front of the build is. That would be the front right there. You will end up leaving 1 row, or you will have an additional row, rather, of polished diorite off the front and back, which I believe will leave you with a square. It will, yes. A 7 by 7? Yeah. You'll then place a sea lantern in each corner, and then moving in from there off each side of that, you'll place 2 polished diorite, sea lantern, and then just, do the same thing with all of them, including the middle here where you'll end up having another sea lantern. It's a 3 by 3 pattern of sea lanterns, if that particularly helps you or gives you any sort of other information. Nice. I just missed one, apparently. That's cool. There we go. Let's do the front center room here, which is this one. On top of this row of oak slabs here at the front, you want a row of polished diorite that'll extend all the way left and right. While I am looking at this, it is important to mention the... Get rid of your nether brick stairs, actually. I'll just tell you what to do and get out smooth quartz, and you will just take the smooth quartz here at the bottom on either side and extend it back a row. In addition, you can place a row of upside down oak slabs behind the stripped oak logs, like so. Anyway, back to the ceiling, you'll have 2 rows of polished diorite off the left and right of this room, along with 1 off of the back. So it's 1 off the front and back, 2 off the left and right. And then again, it's the same thing. Sea lantern in each corner, 2 polished diorite and sea lantern, etc., etc., on all the rows that are applicable. And in the middle is just polished diorite if you have any blocks left. The pattern looks like this. Now, from this point, we can do the bathroom lights. You can do the same thing you did in the hallway for these if you'd like. I keep getting lost. But what I did instead is, in each of them, I had a row of polished diorite at the front and back. I then had, moving in from each of the end blocks, a sea lantern, which is the edges here, and then just the rest will be polished diorite. So this is the ceiling pattern I went with in the bathroom. It's not particularly perfect, but it is the same kind of pattern, just in a weirdly sized room. And once you fill it in, I recommend not locking yourself out, because that would be smart. So yeah, that's pretty much the, like, basis of your interior done. We have ourselves in a pretty good spot here to just kind of run around and fill things in. So, for doorways, we should probably address this before we address much of anything else. Every single one block doorway except for the bathrooms are spruce doors. Now you can get rid of something and get out birch doors, because basically whenever you go into either of these hallways, this first door will be a birch door. And then again, just every other one is a spruce door. The direction can be however you choose. The only one I really particularly would mention is this one in the front middle on either side. I have the spruce door on the back half of this block. And I also have the handle facing towards these smooth quartz blocks, which I'll just break a block like so. It doesn't have to... sorry, it doesn't have to be like that. But it can be if you so choose. So yeah, it's not that many doorways. Really, it's just the 4 on the outside. And then the 2 in the center middle here. Now, we can start kind of doing the interior. We're going to run around one more time, though, with a set of stuff. And if you clear your inventory, you want to get out. Dark oak signs. Glowing sack. White dye. And we're also going to get the composters and oak trap doors out of the way, which are the trash cans. So, in the front middle room here, you will have a composter. You'll have 2. They will be just inside of the smooth quartz at the front here, kind of behind the black glass on either side, and they'll have an oak trap door on top. Each composter will be made like that. I would advise having it so the oak trap door opens in a logical way, which would be against a wall rather than in the middle of a room. That is kind of, I guess, something important that I don't typically mention, but I will now. In the left hallway, I have a composter in the far back right-hand corner. While we're in this hallway, I'll take the birch door, and if I just count forward a block, actually it's above it this time, I apologize. You'll just place a dark oak sign, go down a line, and type in all caps, either women or men. Just do keep in mind which you have which, and then you'll right-click once with glowing sack and once with white dye. Just, again, do keep in mind which bathroom is which. If you have already women, you don't want 2, you want them to be different, obviously. Head inside the middle room here, which is like the little front desk, and you'll take these smooth quartz on the... If you're looking towards the front, it'll be the right side. And you'll take this innermost row and place off the bottom a composter with an oak trap door on top. If you turn around and head straight back through this hallway, you want to take the spruce door on your left, and if you perfectly actually trace it straight across to the other wall, you'll place a composter with an oak trap door on top. I don't believe there are any in the prison cells themselves. No, there are not. But there is one in either front corner of this long hallway, which is over here and just next to the door over here. Nice. Heading forward into this hallway, the spruce door on the right side, which is, I guess, the outer wall, you'll place a dark oak sign above and go down a line, and you will type, I want to say it says records? Yes, records in all caps. And we'll do the same thing with the glowing sack and white dye. The composter in this room is in a weird spot. It's, if you walk through the door and essentially look at the right wall, which is the wall just straight ahead of the door, you'll find the middle blue concrete crossbeam and place a composter with an oak trap door just below it on the far end here. On the floor, I guess. Should not be floating. And then you'll end up with the other birch door here, where you'll have your oak sign, and make sure you just have men if you had women on the other side, or women if you had men on the other side. Either bathroom does also have a composter. I just have it when you walk in the door and look towards the front of the build. It'll just be in this corner right here, closest to the door. Which, again, the example is like this. Nice. Now we can kind of just go through this room by room and just start kicking things out. So we'll start with the front here, and we should in theory be able to do a little bit more than just the front itself, because we only need 2 materials, funnily enough, for the middle front. And they are mangrove stairs and oak slabs. And I think we're actually going to also do the bathrooms for this one. So you want to get out smooth quartz blocks, smooth quartz stairs, lever, cauldron, and I used birch trapdoors, but I'm going to switch to pale oak trapdoors because I believe I made the interior before pale oak was out. Did I know? Because I feel like I ended up having that. Like, I thought I was thinking about replacing that with pale oak. I don't know. Maybe that was part of it. I forget. But either way, you want to... Again, this is perfectly symmetrical per side, so what I do on one side, you want to do on both. If you look towards the front of the build, you want to head just outside the smooth quartz row and place a mangrove stair. Going along the front, you'll place an upside-down oak slab going over. Gap of 1. Mangrove stair. Upside-down oak slab. Gap of 1. Mangrove stair. Upside-down oak slab. Gap of 1, and then you'll have a mangrove stair there. It'll be 1 block away from the corner, and again, you'll copy that on the other side. Now, Lord have mercy. There we go. You will rotate, and you'll do a similar thing here. What you will do is, on this, I guess, first quartz pillar, you'll place a mangrove stair. It'll just be kind of diagonally touching that one. That is a really close setup, actually, if you have people sitting in either of these. Whatever. Behind that, you'll place an upside-down oak slab. Gap of 1. Mangrove stair. Upside-down oak slab. Gap of 1, and then mangrove stair in the corner there. And again, you'll copy this on the other side. Nice. If you want to place an upside-down oak slab in the corner here as well, just to make it a little bit more consistent, you can. It doesn't particularly matter to me, though. From the 2x3 doorway on the back wall, you'll leave a 1 block gap counting towards the middle and place a stair. Upside-down slab. Gap of 1. Stair. Upside-down slab. And that's literally the main room done. That's all we need to do. Just a lot of seats and waiting areas. In either bathroom, I'd advise doing the same thing again. It's just mirrored, but it is still the same. If you walk through the birch door and head straight to the opposite wall, you will move over to the left by a block from if you're just still looking at this wall. You'll place a cauldron with a lever above it powered on. You will turn to your left, and you want to be on, if you're looking at this 4x4 wall, you'll take the leftmost of the 2 middle blocks and place a smooth quartz block moving towards you at the bottom. Towards you from that, an upside-down smooth quartz stair. Up from that stair with a padlock trapdoor. Back towards the wall from that trapdoor, and I guess also on top of the original smooth quartz block with another smooth quartz block, and then I have a lever off the left of it. This is for the left bathroom. If you're on the right side, you're just doing the opposite. So again, I'll slightly reiterate, but I will be quick. Directly across, back, I guess right a block. Cauldron, lever above it powered on. Turn right, you'll take the right half of the middle 2. Smooth quartz block, again, it's the same as toilet design I've always used. Except the toilet handle will always be on the left, regardless. Those are your bathrooms done. Now, you want to clear your inventory. This next set might be weird because if I'm understanding it correctly, or if I'm remembering it correctly, there's like 3 rooms that have the same kind of thing going on, so we're going to see how much of each we can get done. So you want to start by getting out nether brick stairs, polished blackstone pressure plates, polished blackstone buttons, paintings, polished tuff, and stone buttons. We'll add to it as we go, but this is just all you need for this center middle room, which is the one behind the glass. So if you head through one of these side spruce doors into here, you want to start off by... You have the rows of 2 glass panes on the kind of ends here, and you want to take the inner glass pane, and just behind the oak slab here, you'll place a nether brick stair facing towards the slab. Above it, on the upside-down oak slab, you'll place a polished blackstone pressure plate with a painting off of the glass pane. This wants to be a 1x1, which you will definitely need a couple of placeholders for to get right. Depending on what you want to do, you want to place polished blackstone buttons off either one of the sides. You could go right and left like this, or you could go both right or both left or whatever. Just keep in mind, changing it right and left a little bit is kind of nice. You don't want to do it every time, obviously, but just for the difference in left-handed and right-handed, which side the mouse is on. Turn around and look at the doorway here, and you want to leave 2 blocks open left and right of it, and you'll place a polished tuff on the next one over. Leave a gap of 1, and then place another polished tuff, and you should be 1 away from the corner. Bring each of those polished tuffs up by 1 each, if I could place them right, oh my lord. And then place stone buttons off of the front, I guess, of them, if you will. Like so. We're going to start now by heading back and just do this door on the left again. And you want to start by now getting out, in addition to what you already have, spruce stairs, cyan terracotta, and we'll go black concrete. Because of the fact that I don't know what we need in the other room as of right now, actually I'll just check, but we're not going to essentially clear inventory like at all. We're just going to kind of work with what we have, I believe. Yeah, okay. It might be more beneficial to do that room first, but we're already here, so we'll just do this one first anyway. It'll just be a little bit more weird with the inventory management. So the front wall of the room is this wall right here. It's the one where, if you're looking at it, the door here is to the right. But essentially, if you're up against it and looking back, the composter is on the left, like so. You want to actually use that composter and head to the back left-hand corner behind it. Count right by 1 and going right, you'll place an upside-down spruce stair facing right. Right of that, an upside-down stair facing forward, and then right of that, an upside-down stair facing left. Going right, leave a gap of 1 and do the same thing. Where you have these positioned, you want to do the same thing on the front wall, just they will end up facing forward instead of backward in the middle one. But they'll be 1 block apart from each other and 1 block away from the wall, like so. Each of these are, again, the same thing. You'll take the middle upside-down stair and you'll place a polished black stone pressure plate on top. On the wall above the pressure plate, you'll place a 1x1 painting. It is preferred that they're all different, but it's not necessary. And, okay. I really, of course, like, you can't be nice, can you, game? And then, again, either right or left of the pressure plate, you'll place polished black stone buttons. It's better if the buttons face the opposite way of mine do, I should say. But it doesn't particularly matter that much. These could be security cameras, or they could be, like, I don't know, something or other. Direct your attention to the composter on the left wall. Moving forward from it, you leave a gap of 1. Place polished tough. Gap of 1, polished tough. Extend either of them up by 1, and then place stone buttons off the right again. At the right side, you want to, from the spruce door here, it's close to the back wall. You will leave a gap of 2 moving forward, and then place 3 cyan terracotta. On top of the front 2, place black concrete, and then on top of the black concrete, place more cyan terracotta. You should have a very desaturated Oreo. Take the top row of cyan terracotta and extend it back an additional 2, so it overhangs further than the bottom one. That's kind of a cool design. That's almost the Adidas logo tilted on its side. Get rid of the cyan terracotta and whatever the other thing was. The black concrete, and get out item frames and glass panes. If you're looking at it, it'll be the left black concrete. You'll place an item frame with a glass pane in it. Again, get rid of them both and get out oak sign and smooth course blocks. We'll just need one more thing after this. On the right black concrete, you'll place an oak sign. And then if you take this bottom row of 3 cyan terracotta, you'll place a smooth course block to the left. On top of it, you'll place another one. Off the front of this, you want a birch door, which you can just get rid of those 2 materials for and grab out and put there. That's just like a little cook area. I don't know. I guess you have to eat at your desk or something. Or they could be making it for the prisoners. I don't know. Microwave McDonald's does not sound particularly appealing, though, to me. You will, at each of these desks as well, you'll place a nether brick stair facing into the desk like so. Kind of 2 areas left. I guess it's more than 2 rooms, technically speaking, but all the prison cells are the same, so 2 different rooms. Head all the way over to the right side and find the records room and head inside. It should be this one right here. If you are lost, just find it. Easy. But you want to find this room here anyway. And you want to start by... Hold on, I need to get there myself on my other account. Either off of the front or back. You want to leave a gap of 1 along the right wall here and place an upside-down spruce stair facing towards the center. Going over from that, you'll place 3 upside-down spruce stairs facing just left, and then in from that, you'll place an upside-down spruce stair facing out. You should end 2 away from that composter in the middle. This is fairly much the same thing. Well, you need a flower pot, though, as well. That's the only thing that changes. But you'll take the middle spruce stair and place another brick stair just kind of, I guess, to the left of it, like so. On top of that upside-down spruce stair, you'll place a polished black stone pressure plate with a painting on the wall above it that's a 1x1. Again, they should probably be different. They don't have to all be different between the build. That's actually a joke. I got those same two before as well. But yeah, they don't have to all necessarily be different. Just as long as in the same room they are. And then, again, you can switch this up if you'd like, but I have it to the right of each pressure plate, a polished blackstone button, to the left, a flower pot. I think it might be better to flip them. Well, I don't know. Either way, you're symmetrical here. So it kind of doesn't particularly work. I don't like the symmetry in a situation like this, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Even though I have it at the beginning symmetrical. I don't know. I'm a changed man. This build is totally old. Not really. At the wall where the spruce door is, which is the left wall, you will leave a 1 block gap from it and on either side and place a polished tuff, and just keep leaving gaps of 1 from at least the back polished tuff until you're 1 away from the back wall. So you should have this. Bring each polished tuff up by 1 and then place stone buttons off of the right of them. That is definitely not the right. There we go. Just like so. One thing left, and it's these prison cells at the back. Now, for them, you should start by clearing your inventory. That might be smart. Although I know we still need a couple of the materials again. I'm hoping we can do this all like in one set, but I don't know. So yeah, clear your inventory. And get out. Spruce blanks. Spruce stairs. Oh god. A weighted heavy pressure plate, which is the iron one. Oh, it's heavy weighted, my bad. Nether brick stair. Flower pot. Bamboo. We're going to be 1 material short, of course. Stone slabs. White carpet. And a smooth quartz stair. We're 1 short of at least doing the interior itself. So, I'm going to go over it twice, because, yeah, I think that's a reasonable number. In each prison cell, the front wall is the wall that is missing right now. You'll take the back left-hand corner and moving forward, you'll place 3 upside-down stone slabs. On top of each slab, place a white carpet, and then on the first block you can, above that, you'll place an upside-down stone slab again. Basically, all that means is you see this block, I can't place a slab here because the carpet is in my way, so I'll count up a block and do the same thing. Slabs, carpet on top. From the bottom one, I'll leave a 1 block gap moving forward and place a spruce plank. In front of that, an upside-down spruce stair facing right, and then in front of that, a spruce plank. On top of the upside-down stair, I'll place a heavy weighted pressure plate. Behind that, a flower pot with a bamboo in it. From the upside-down spruce stair, I'll count right by 2 and place a nether brick stair facing left. Now, from the back right-hand corner, I'll count forward by 2, and on this block, place an upside-down smooth quartz stair facing left. That's what we'll have to add to later. And so, again, you'll end up doing the same thing again. Back left-hand corner, well, you'll do it every time. But back left-hand corner, just to reiterate here, 3 upside-down stone slabs moving forward with white carpet on top. You'll, I guess, leave the carpet block open, and then on the next one, place upside-down stone slabs with white carpet above. From the bottom row, leave a gap of 1 moving forward, place a plank. Upside-down stair facing right, plank. On top of the upside-down stair, you'll place a pressure plate, a heavy weighted one. And then on the back spruce plank, you'll place a flower pot with bamboo in it. Leave a 1 block gap moving right of that and place a nether brick stair facing left. From the back right-hand corner, you'll count forward by 2 and place an upside-down smooth quartz stair facing left. And again, you're just going to copy that 3 more times. Not too bad. Next refresh, I guess I'll point this out now, is... What is it? I forgot. I don't know what it is, to be honest. I thought I would, but it's not clicking in my head. What is it? It's not Chick-fil-A, is it? It might be Chick-fil-A. There's a chance it's Chick-fil-A, but I don't think it is. Could be Domino's. I should really just check, but I feel like it's funny to leave you guys guessing. Or you could just literally check the tutorials playlist and figure out that it's in order and then be like, okay, so this one's next. There you go, that's what all the rooms should look like, not quite done. I'll explain what everything is in the rooms once we have finished them, I guess, entirely. Clear your inventory and get out. Pale oak trapdoors. Pale oak doors. Stone. Stone stairs. And then iron bars. So above the upside-down smooth quartz stair and each of them against the wall, you'll place a pale oak trapdoor open up against the wall. And then I'll do that on all of them, and then I'll just explain what each thing is supposed to be. Because, yeah, if it's not obvious, I guess, to any extent. So, the thing on the right is the toilet. The slabs in the back left, these stone slabs with the white carpet on top, is like a little bunk bed. This is a desk with, it could be, I don't know, it could be like writing a paper, this could be a cup, or it could be a, like, pen or something, I don't know. I particularly forget what that was, but I guess it was just spiced up a little bit. Or this could even be like a paper plate, because they don't treat us well here, you know? I don't know why I said us like I live here. I don't live here, I swear. Anyway, we're gonna move on from that. Below each of these sticky outy gray concretes, you'll just place 3 stone connecting down to the ground. Maybe I do live in a police station, you never know. To the... Okay, now this is going to be weird, but to the left of each of those top stone blocks, we want to place an upside-down stone stair facing forward. And then another stone block. It's not weird yet, I'll explain why it's weird. Because you want to pretend that there's also a row of stone in the wall here on the right. You can't actually break this in because this wall isn't double layered, but just like pretend there is one here, and then I'll go stair block. It's just in the same line and everything. Connect that stone block to the ground, which should be 2 blocks down. And then the back half of each of these doorways, I'll place a pale oak door. Doesn't necessarily have to be the back half, I just think it works better because of the stone stair, just the way I'd set up everything. And then the rest of the front can just be filled in with iron bars, the bottom 3 rows along with the top one, because if I was in this situation, I would definitely climb through a gap like that. Not even a question. I mean, it is a question, but, like, well, that's why they don't have that gap, I guess, because then they can't, you know, do that? Crazy, I know. Surely those bars wouldn't be too hard to climb, especially, like, iron bars in Minecraft. I feel like that'd be really easy to scale if they were in real life. It's like a foothold here and, like, a foothold here, and, you know, you're set. Anyway. Once you've done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is your refresh series police station complete. Again, I'm so many ahead right now, I literally don't know what's next. I feel like it's Domino's. Like, something inside me is telling me it's Domino's, which is... I thought it was behind me. It's over there. It's either Domino's or Chick-fil-A. I could be still wrong, I don't know. But anyway, thank you guys for guys did enjoy this video again. Have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.